All right, let's get it. So today we got Big Tone in the building. Appreciate you coming through, bro. Welcome to the food community.
Gracias, man. Appreciate you having me, brother.
So, talk to me about this new album you just dropped, Serve It Out, Volume
Man,
6.
Yeah, bro. It's just like a how do you call it? Like another sequel of projects that started a long time ago from Savage Out Volume 1. Kind of took a playbook from my late brother Woodie. He did the Northern Exposures, and it gave me an opportunity to put my people on and my brothers I fuck with, and yeah, we started with Volume 1 back, I don't know, 07, 08, and took me a little while to get to this Volume 6, but yeah, put it together, man. It's doing well, you know what I mean? Numbers are doing good, so.
That's right. I know on the second song you got Woodie on there.
Yeah.
You got any other Woodie verses in the vault?
You know what? That was it, brother. That was we recorded that a long time ago on my first project. It was gonna be actually used on Salvador Volume 1, and you know, some shit happened where I thought I lost the verse on my computer, and then I kept the computer. Someone told me just to keep it, and then I took the hard drive out one time, got this little part from Amazon, plugged it in, boom, there goes them files, you know what I mean? Had the whole verse there. You know, it was all choppy, you know, things here and there. Put it all together, man, and you know, slapped it on a new beat and, you know, put it out, bro, you know what I'm saying?
That's right. Talk to me about the Savage Out Mob series.
Shit, really, like I said, bro, we just started it with Volume 1. It's just in between, I was doing solos, man. You know, just something to give throw in between each project I was doing, and putting my homies on at the same time, giving them opportunity to be heard. So a lot of young artists that came out back then, that was their first shot to get heard, you know what I mean? Their first shot. Just like I got my opportunity on a Northern Exposure compilation, I gave the same opportunity to some of my young people, you know.
That's right. And I know you had always mentioned that Woodie, he would kind of not make himself too accessible to other artists, kind of limit the work he would do. But I know when I go through your music catalog, not just the Savage Out series, but like your other work, like Homie Like Me, and your most recent albums, you do got a lot of features on there. So how do you navigate through that, like not making yourself so accessible, but still wanting to like put homies on?
I mean, that's kind of just like, I was more of an open, friendly type of dude. Wood was too, but he was very close circle. And I'm like that to an extent, but I'm also like, hey, bro, if I see these, and he, you know, he was the same way, but I see like, if I see somebody doing a thing, they got potential, and I see something good in them, come on, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? It's not for everybody and anybody. It's got to be, we sitting here vibing. We already had some drinks. We already chopped it up. I don't just be reaching out to people like, hey, let's do a song. I have in the past, very few, but it's mostly people I vibe with, and I like how you get down. Let's get one in type of deal. You know what I mean?
Are there any artists who you would give it up to, who you see potential in? Like out of the new up and coming rappers?
I mean, I try to work with them all. You know what I mean? I try to work with them all. You know what I mean? There's a lot of young talent, and you know, every day there's new cats popping up, so it's hard to keep up with everything. You know, I show love to the young ones, man. I don't be acting like, man, I've been doing this a long time, you know, this and that. You could learn from the young generation, you know what I'm saying? You got some cats that on their gimmick, you know, but there's a lot of real talent out there coming up, you know.
So it's safe to say you're open to working with a lot of people, or are you very selective on who you work with?
I'm like this, man. If I would with you in the street, I'd you on the music. You know what I'm saying? Music is that's I gotta be like that. We gotta have something. They're like, all right, cool. I with you. Let's do a song. You know what I'm saying? So it's more on that note, you know.
Would you ever work with an artist who, let's say, like they don't really like live what they're talking about, or are you opposed to that? Because I do know a lot of rappers they don't.
For sure. Yeah, I'm heavy on that, bro. And you know, especially back when I was more young and hot-headed. For sure, like I was heavy on that. Now it's like, fuck, who knows, bro? You know what I'm saying? You know, they got this, they got that, and
Just be capping.
They could be or they could be not, cause I know cats that look broke and got some real shit, and I know cats that look like money and they be broke. You know what I'm saying?
They make it sound good though, huh?
Yeah, but as far as like the super gangster you talking about, like I done murdered 50 million people on a song type of, come on, bro, get the fuck up out of here, man. But I mean, I'm like I said, I'm particular who I work with. I don't just stamp. If I'm gonna get them on my project, I'm pretty much showing I'm stamping you. You know what I'm saying?
Has that ever happened? So you work with an artist and you found out they weren't really like that, and maybe you had to scratch that song off? Or you never had to go through nothing like that?
I mean, It's like this, but you can never underestimate nobody because there's times I thought people went like that in the street and then they was on some crash dummy shit. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause sometimes they got more to prove. So yeah, no. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you be listening to motherfucker rap like, come on, man, all right. You know he bullshitting.
You know the truth.
Yeah, type of shit. So yeah. As far as like really just yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever cut nobody off because of that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So here at the food community, when I check our analytics, we do have a lot of young people who follow us. And just for the young people who don't know, like kind of give us a background about, you know, where you, I mean, we know you're from Antioch and everything, but how was it growing up and your upbringing?
You know, out here, man, it's a little different because we're from a small town. You know, we're like a cutoff from San Francisco and Oakland. You know, so it was real small community. At least for back then it was, and you know, it was cool growing up. It wasn't like I don't have that big super sad story like a lot of my people. You know, I come from a hardworking Mexican family. Pops went and did what he had to do for us. You know, I mean, we didn't have much, but we didn't have a lot. You know what I'm saying? And moms was always worried about her son because so we stepped out, we're in the hood. You know what I mean? Like I'm walking to school and I'm in the neighborhood. There's nothing but homeboys and cholos and gangsters out there. You know, so you know, of course, that's what we end up getting wrapped into as a young buck. Walking out, looking at your environment, and you know, got caught up in that lifestyle as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I was intrigued with what the big homies was doing, and then you know, I was always like a student of people I admired. So then I would see like the dope boys and the D boys pulling up in the brand new Navigators and or whatever whips they was driving back then, the lowriders. You know what I'm saying? So I got intrigued with them type of dudes, and you know, wanted to get some money, and you know, I was always just like, you know, intrigued with the people that got that respect, you know, the ones that got the this type of deal. You know?
The ones who got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So naturally, like that's what I would kind of evolve myself into, you know. And then once I started wanting to get into the rap game, I started working with a lot of local rappers, you know. Of course, Woodie, you know, put me on. Then we had like the Mob Figures out here, Jacka, A-Wax, you know. We had a lot of local people that would make us some noise, and I gravitated toward that. And really just, man, I mean, that's kind of fast and forward, but just growing up, man, it was a lot of little back and forth bullshit. You know, I lost a lot of my close homeboys to this game, and we did cause a lot of trouble. You know, I feel very blessed and fortunate. You know, I'm still here. I moved a little different than a lot of people, but the game caught up to a lot of my immediate circle, and I just had a different vision for how I wanted to end up in life, man, and I feel like I manifested and you know, work toward a different angle, you know.
Do you credit that to, because I know on your Instagram reel, you had said that you evaluate your surroundings. Do you credit like your success and like you not going to prison and like, you know, pretty much just moving correctly?
Most definitely. I think once you you know, you got leaders and followers, you know what I mean? Sometimes you got cats that would you could just see through them, man. Like, y'all gonna do this dumbass shit? Like you can see where it's gonna end up. I've always felt like it's not rocket science. Just if you do this shit right here, this is gonna be the consequence. You move this way, you might end up that way. So if there's things that need to be handled, you know, I would always think of different ways, you know, without, you know, elaborating on that. I was always a different mentality type of cat, but you know, I guess it panned out so far so good type of shit, you know.
That's right. I really like those, like that game you give on your Instagram.
Appreciate that.
What's one of your most important messages, or one of your favorite messages that you put out so far?
Man, you know what, bro? I don't know if I have a favorite one.
Just one that really sticks out to you.
You know what's crazy? I don't know.
Like if you were to pick one, to give your younger self.
I think it's just all of it combined because it's pretty much the same message, just in different ways. You know what I'm saying? I think that was my shit, bro. You know, like we're gonna go back to when I first started doing this shit, my mindset, you know, when I was doing music, when I first started, my mentality as a 20-year-old, 19, 20, 21-year-old man was a lot different than I am now. So I would push a different message. I felt like I would, even in the streets, I would push a different message onto my youngsters. You know, hey, we need to do this, we need to move that way. And it wasn't always the best outcome for the way we were moving. And so part of that's having a lot of guilt because I lost a lot of my brothers to this shit and when I could have maybe influenced to go a different way, you know what I'm saying? So now that's why part of it's just like, man, that feeling's up, you know what I'm saying? So now it's like, you know, some cats might take it as, you know, you preaching this and that. I look like I'm just trying to game up these young homies to get some money and do something with themselves. You know, I ain't talking no poison bullshit. I'm just like, let's make some shit happen and live a good life, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
So yeah, that's kind of my mentality with it now, bro. Like if I could steer a young buck that has no direction in life, like man, you know, and it's really leading by example. You know, I like how this homie moves, man. He got some shit going on. You know, he's doing his thing. He's still respected in the hood. He could go anywhere he wants, and people with him, and he's doing well in life. You know what I'm saying? It comes home to a family and has successful businesses. That's leading by example. So if I could help steer a homie to live like that too, you know, that's a win-win for me. It makes me feel good and you know, helps him in life, you know.
Is it kind of hard to put the youngsters up game? Because I know sometimes a lot of them just be hard-headed. They don't want to listen.
I mean, like I said, it's leading by example. You know, hey, my situation growing up, a lot of the homies I looked up to didn't amount to much. Very few. And I can't even really remember none of them, bro. They didn't really amount to much. And not to discredit what they've been through, just I would grow up and I would see past that. Like, bro, I don't want to just be this homie on the corner talking, sipping 40s. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be this homie just living in the past. You know, no disrespecting, taking any credit away for what they've done, but I don't want to be that individual. And I would see people like myself and other people outgrow past that. But then when you still keep on moving forward in life, youngsters still see that they, you know, some of my homies that are getting some real bread and they doing successful, people still look up to that shit. You know what I mean? So it gives them something to keep, you know, to keep them inspired, you know?
That's right. And switching lanes, I know you got your own barbershop. You got the Connoisseurs brand, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you also got in the Airbnb game too. Talk to me about how important it is. You feel like not only artists, but just people in the music business, how important is it for them to branch out and get different streams of income?
You know, very important, man, because it's real easy to touch a bag, but it's keeping it is hard. You know, you can get away and eat for a cool little couple years, maybe 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? After attention spans are short, what happens after that?
Facts.
Once no one's paying attention no more, what you gonna do after that? You know what I'm saying? So if you don't say, and we see this, go back in history as far as you want. See how many people come and go in the game. And at the time when they're at their peak, most people don't think they're gonna fall off, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta find ways to take advantage of that spotlight, put that money into certain things, you know, could be small businesses, whatever. It could be just whatever, you know, you just gotta make smart moves to have longevity, man. If you wanna survive and feed your family off your business decisions, you gotta put your money in the right places, you know what I'm saying?
Where's the biggest bag coming from? I mean, if you're willing to share that with us.
I mean, it's a combination of everything, bro. Like, I mean, the cannabis does really well, of course, you know, we in that time, you know, it did plummet, you know, the past few years, but, you know, honestly, my music catalog still does great, bro. And my catalog goes back 20 years, you know what I mean? I own the rights to all my music, you know, so that does really well for us still. And a combination of everything, man, between the catalog, the cannabis, the small investments, and just, you know, all the multiple hustles, it all adds to the pot, brother, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, hell yeah. Do you feel like the weed game, like, has it kind of slowed down for you? Because I know the market has been kind of oversaturated. Has that took a toll on you?
Yeah, it took a hit on a lot of us, bro. And if they tell you different, you know, they lying, man. It just, you know, we just had to adapt. It weeded out a lot of people. It's still good for a lot of people, you know what I mean? It just, you know, numbers ain't the same and there's a lot more competition. But I feel if you built a solid foundation with a network, you know, you can still do good in the game, you know?
What made you want to open the barbershop?
Man, that was really just kind of symbolic, just to have something in the heart of my town I grew up in, you know, just to have something there.
Oh, so it's in your neighborhood?
It's not necessarily a neighborhood because we don't get down like, in Antioch it wasn't necessarily just neighborhoods, bro. It was like more like cliques and stuff like that, but it's in the heart of our town, you know what I'm saying? So like you can still roll through Antioch and be like, oh, that's Big Tone Shop, you know what I mean? I still be there chilling, you know what I mean? You be there like that, so kind of more symbolic to have, you know? Just to have something there, I guess.
That's cool. A lot of people say that, especially like after Nipsey had passed, that, you know, artists should not be in their city, but you're in your city and your shop posted up. You don't feel like you being who you are, you know, like being known out here, you don't like feel like some type of paranoia, like moving around?
We move very militant still, bro. Even though I'm comfortable because it's my town and there's love, trust me, bro, like we trip. When I move, I don't just be like, it's all love. I'm watching every fucking thing, you know what I mean? And you know, been through them situations already where we had, you know, so just I don't know, bro. I don't know if to knock on wood or something. We just hope, you know.
Yeah. You ever find the person who vandalized your shop?
What you mean?
Like, did anybody find out who did it?
Oh, yeah, that's some kids, bro.
Oh, okay, okay.
Some kids, I don't know where.
But other than that, ain't nothing really major, like,
Nah.
no, like, real hate coming towards you in the city.
Most definitely not.
No, that's good.
Yeah, I don't put that out there no more like that, bro. I extend my hand to a lot of people. You know, I show love. You know, I try to give positive vibes to people. You know what I'm saying? And if someone do got a problem, then you know it's usually gets resolved really quick. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel it. Would you encourage like other rappers if they're talking about like some street shit to move out of the city? Because I know when we had interviewed Gold Toes, he was trying to tell TYS to move out of the city, because it was hot or whatever, and that happened. What happened? But he was pretty much trying to tell him, hey, bro, like come out here to Texas. Would you encourage them to do that?
If you still wrapped up and you still really being active and you handling business out there, then most likely they don't care about the music shit. I don't give a fuck if you rapping or not. You know what I mean? That's just some street shit could come back on you. But if you're able to overcome that and get a bag from the music or any kind of other way, and you're able to take your family out of that into a safer situation, for sure I encourage that. You know, people got this little thing where,
Ego.
Ego. I ain't letting no one run me out, bro. There's always someone out there that, even the people you least suspect, bro, you get smoked by a weenie, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I encourage always take your family out that environment and but you get what you put out, bro. Like I said, anything could happen, bro. But I'm out here trying to put positive vibes out. So I feel like I reciprocate the same. There's still haters. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, that's with anything. Yeah, if you're doing your thing,
yeah.
It comes with the game.
So if you're a young artist and how you're wilding out, that's just the energy you putting out, man. It might come back to you that same way.
I know in a previous interview you had mentioned that you were struggling and you were living out your car. Talk to me about how that happened and how you were able to get yourself out that situation.
Yeah. So honestly, man, like I was got put on by the older homies. I was young, doing my little slang and shit. You know what I mean? Moms, I told you, she's old school Mexican, broke her heart. She was not feeling that. So got kicked out. Was doing my little thing, living at, had a little spot living in. It was cool, man. I had a cool little good time, but things were happening. I was trying to get my mind right. Like, I was trying to find direction. Okay, I see the dope boys. There was a big, like, FBI raid out here for the older big dogs, who was small.
How old were you around this time?
17.
Oh, okay, you were young.
16, 17, 18. I was young. I was living with some homegirls. They had a little Section 8 house.
At 16 years old?
17, I was like 17. But I was getting my little money. I had a little Cadillac. I had a little, Impala. I was getting my little money. I was hustling. And, bro, had my little master bedroom, my own entrance, chill with the homies, go bust my little knocks throughout the day, and I would get my ass up and go to continuation school in the morning. Where the fuck is you going? I'm not going to school, homie. Like something I always had my mom. I'm telling you, I was one of them, like still was out here with it, but still, I was going to school.
Yeah.
And I was doing that type of shit. I only had to go to school for a couple hours and shit. And then I remember my pops was like, bro, like if you get your shit together, man, I get you a job at the steel mill. And I was just, young thinking like, man, I know that everyone out in this area, a lot of my family members would work at the steel mill. It was like a steel worker's job, a union job. So I started thinking, man, I could get this job. I could start hustling. I could do this. I could buy houses. I started thinking like a businessman.
Okay.
So I don't know, long story short, man, I try to do right. I try to stop hustling, went under, you know what I'm saying? Real fast, realized that not too many people have your back when you ain't got money. And my pride, I tried to sleep at a couple homies' houses, and they're like, oh man, I got my girl coming, bro, it's bad. And another homie came home flashing because he's tired from work and people in his house. So I just kept the pride to myself, and I would just crash in my whip, bro, and try to reevaluate my life, you know what I'm saying? And fortunately, I had to go back to hustling, and make some moves. And then unfortunately I got into the music. I ended up getting that job at the mill, and I was able to bounce back, you know what I'm saying? But that little short period of time opened up my eyes, like, you got to make some shit happen because ain't nobody gonna do it for you. You know what I'm saying?
So you're at the mill, and at what age did you transition to? You quit the mill and you said, you know what, I'm gonna do this rap shit full time, or just go in all the way with it?
Shit, bro, I wasn't even rapping when I did that. I didn't start rapping until I was older. Yeah, bro, I just like anybody trying to find a job, some kind of lick, something, you know what I mean? And it was a good job. And yeah, bro. And then just me still working, still chilling with the homies and doing what I was doing, you know, and then got an opportunity to do the music. I met a producer, you know, the light bulb came in on my head. I could do this too. Just started doing the music. It started, I think because of who we were and the reputation of our town, it got reciprocated a lot easier. People respected it just because of the reputation we already had, you know what I mean? And once I started doing that, you know, it wasn't making money at first. It was just more like hood fame. Like, oh, you the homie that raps with so-and-so? Oh, that shit slaps. And homies were slapping that shit around the town. And, you know, I worked there for a little bit and built my catalog. And then, you know, I ended up obviously quitting that job, you know what I'm saying? And went full time into my hustle. But, you know, it was a good stepping stone. It kept me focused. Go to work, go to the gym, get your music on, chill with the homies on the weekend. And anything else from there, try to just build from there, you know?
What was the breakthrough point in your rap career where you said like, all right, now I'm on, like now I'm really doing it?
Honestly, bro, Party Talk started, my catalog started making some actually decent money because I felt I was on when I would go to house parties and I hear homies slapping my shit. I would go, you know, to San Ho. San Ho was like known for the cruising down Santa Clara Street back in the day. And I would hear my music in multiple cars, you know what I mean? I would go to car shows, have people jamming me up, meet me, I would hear my music. And I would just hear my music in a lot of places, man. And that at the time, you know, probably got to my head. You know, I'm boy, am I getting it? You know what I mean?
Getting all the love and everything.
But the money wasn't coming in because we would sell physical copies. So we would print like 5,000 units. And once those are gone, you make your 20, 30, whatever off you make off because we get like $7 fucking, what do you call it? Wholesale, and then we get like 10 on the street, you know what I'm saying? And then once that was gone, it was on to the next, you know? It wasn't like right now where the shit just keeps reoccurring, you know?
Yeah, it was just digital.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think once my catalog started doing well, I signed with Empire, and they helped, you know, expand our catalog. You know, it was like, okay, you know, we were pretty much a staple. I don't feel like we ever was super on, you know what I mean? There's obviously people surpassed us in this music shit, but I felt like we built a good, solid core fan base, you know?
Do you feel like right now in the Northern California scene, there's more, I guess, Latino talent out now than there's ever been? And do you feel like,
for sure.
Do you feel like there's more opportunities for them to come up? Because now we're in a digital era, and now I feel like, well, I don't know how it was back then, but I feel like now a lot of them are more open to working with each other.
I think it's evolved because in our time, I think that's what made Woodie so like what the like this dude was gassing, you know, because it was more like the homies out here with rap was super old school.
Yeah, I was about to say that right now. He didn't sound like a traditional up north rapper from that era.
So when homies came out gassing, because we grew up on multicultural, you know, you from LA, bro. Everyone would target us, oh, y'all sound like this, you know what I mean? But we grew up very multicultural section. We grew up with, you know, the brothers, we grew up with white boys, Mexicans. It was just a melting pot out here. And we listened to a lot of Bay Area rappers, you know, Mac Dre, you know, you had a lot of Sacramento rap like Sebo, you know, just a lot of that type of music was an influence, you know, to us. And it wasn't as common back then, but when we heard a homie gassing, like spitting some real shit like that, like damn, it was a trip. Now I think it evolved to that culture is just everywhere. Even in LA, I noticed, you know what I mean? The young generation, they all kind of sound like more hip hop and more urban and stuff like that. And it opened up the doors. It opened the doors. People sound a lot more like a bigger sound, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Not really like a niche sound, sort of say.
Before you would be able to tell, oh shit, he's a Mexican, or he's a black, or he's a white. You know what I mean? You'd be able to tell he's a white boy. You'd be able to tell through the music. Now sometimes you can't even fucking tell what's what, bro.
Yeah, no cap.
You know.
So, how do you feel about me calling you the Norte president?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You be killing me with them titles, man. You know, we all take that with a grain of salt. Like
yeah.
All right, cool. Let them, you know.
I feel like it's valid though. I feel like it's a proper title.
I wouldn't title myself there, brother. You know, I know better.
I only say that because you know, I know you get a lot of respect out here. Feel me?
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody, like, if they were like to, you know, say someone represent us, I feel like you'd be one of the ones.
I think I just one of the ones that have been around a long time and stayed in good standings and stayed, you know, relevant with the music and showed evolution. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate if you look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't title myself like that.
What can we expect from you, like, in the future? as far as with the music?
You know, just I'm hoping we just keep uprising, man, and evolving, and I hope I could open up the doors and help other people. You know, just trying to stay alive and stay pushing and stay motivating, man. You know what I mean? As long as we doing better than we were last year, we all right, you know?
That's right. And being so high profile, do you ever like encounter any problems like when you're moving out here in the Bay or just out in general?
It's been a long time, bro. It's been a long time. I would say back in the day, we would probably step out kind of looking like we attracting problems.
Like at the car shows or where? Or just when y'all and about? Yeah,
Not
yeah.
really no car shows. I never been around when it was around like functions and stuff like that. We've always been good for the most part. It might have been like one or two altercations or some drunk shit. You know what I'm saying? But just moving around, you know, on some street shit. But nah, we good now, man. Like I don't put that energy out there. If someone's really on that shit, I don't pay no mind. And if it push comes to shove, we just do what we got to do. You know.
Speaking of being high profile, I know you had a relationship with Davina, who is also high profile. How was it with being with someone who was just as popular?
Well, I mean, yeah, that was like my daughter's mom. That's my daughter's mom. So yeah, it was cool. I mean, she was my artist. I signed her under my label at the time. You know, helped bring her up, and she did really well, man. She sold a lot of units. She was out selling a lot of rappers, you know. Yeah, that's cool. It was cool to have that, man. It was something different, you know. And then you know, we still solid, you know. We got our kid and stuff like that. So she do her thing, I do mine, so we keep it cordial and respectful, you know. I got a big drama story for that one, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Not today, guys. Not today.
Yeah, not today, man.
I tried. Being a Latino in the rap game, have you had to face any obstacles due to your race or due to you being a Latino?
I mean, I would say it was hard for us to do advanced functions. We used to get shut down everything, bro. Gang tax would shut everything down. We show up, like, we ain't having it, you know what I mean? And a lot of rappers, probably, I don't know if it happens out there, but the young homies still go through that, you know what I'm saying?
What do you mean, like the young, like Iggs or like an Aceto, a GB
If they
type?
throw a show, and I'm sure they probably do it, but most of the time, if you throw a big enough function, like the local PD be like, nope. You know what I mean? And it took a long time for me to break outside that stereotype, like he's just a gangbang rapper. Like to now, if my name's mentioned, they look kind of past that. Kind of like, and I'm not gonna compare because obviously they're way bigger names. But if you look at like a Snoop or YG, you're not gonna look at him as a Crip rapper. That's just Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying? Or YG or somebody like that. You're not gonna be, oh, that's just a blood rapper. That's YG. So it took me 20 years to get to a point where people just recognize me from me instead of just what I bring, you know what I'm saying?
And at the time when you were, you know, I guess considered a gang rapper, I know a lot of times when I talk to artists, they would tell me about like, you know, fans coming up to them and telling them like, hey, like I busted admissions to your music or I did wooty wooty wop. Does that make you feel some type of way now that you got older and people tell you that?
Yeah, we were just talking about that, and I've heard that multiple times, bro. Yeah, no. Back then that shit used to pump me up. Yeah, homie, handle that shit. That's right. Now I'm like, fuck, I don't want to hear that shit because you heading down a f***ed up path. Like, I want to hear you say like, brother, and I hit this more now than ever. Like, you get money, bro. I'm getting money. I'm doing my thing. I'm ready. You know, I opened a business, bro. Like, I'm busting down. I'm getting in the gym because of you, brother. Like, you know, I'm feeding my family. You know, you motivate. That shit hit me harder than people tell me they love my music, man. You know what I'm saying? That hit, and I make money off the music, and I do that shit for free, and it make me feel better. You know, can't explain that one, but it is what it is.
Do you feel some type of like guilt or like, do you feel bad in any way when people tell you that stuff?
As far as like the bust missions?
Yeah, like they.
I mean, if they say like I busted a mission, I got my brother killed, I'm like, damn, that's f***ed up. You know what I mean? Because I have guilt on my hands with that shit, my own personal shit that bugged me. You know, when I reflect on some of my past and my people, there's that guilt that follows me. You know, but you know, if it's something that they had to go through to learn, I mean, that's what you got to do growing up and going through this game. You got to go through that learning process, man. Now, if it's a young buck telling me that right now, I'm gonna sit there and be like, that's cool, homie, but you know, show me you doing something with yourself too, you know? Go, if you handling sliding, you know, you doing them little field trips, man, you know, show me you can get some money and show me you can hustle, you know, put a play together or something, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. Can we get a top 5 Latino rapper list?
Top 5.
Not in order, just throw them out there.
I gotta think about this one. You might hurt motherfuckers' feelings, huh? Abuelita's home. I mean, top 5 Latino, that's hard, bro, because that's as a whole, you know.
As a whole, everywhere, all over.
I mean, I'm gonna, of course,
It could be fucking Pitbull.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to say, like, I'm gonna have to throw my boy Wood in there, even though they're gonna say, oh, he's a white boy. Salvage K, he's my biggest crime partner.
No, but that's how claims him though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, of course, Wood, because he opened up the doors. You know, I would have to throw Baby Bash in there, bro, because he was the first Mexican to really sign like a major deal. I don't know, maybe a major deal. I won't say that, but he went mainstream. Like we would see him with Akon and T-Pain and, you know, on the movie Barbershop and stuff like that. So I gotta throw Baby Bash up there, man. Pitbull, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm going on the mainstream shit, bro. Like I'm not gonna talk about no hood shit because that's gonna be a battle never ending. What we had? 3 of them?
Maybe, yeah, 3.
I'm drawing blank right now, brother.
What about like a Burner? Is Burner Latino?
Yeah, I would say Burner.
Is he Latino or?
No, he's Mexican.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, he's Mexican. His dad's Mexican. I want to say his mom was maybe mixed with white or Mexican or something, but his dad owned a Mexican restaurant in San Francisco. You know, I don't think he just comes across as like a vato. You know,
yeah, you don't put it out there like
he's
that.
More gamed up, you know. But yeah, I mean, as far as like entrepreneurship and an artist, bro, Burner's definitely up there, bro. He created a lane that a lot of people, and he left a blueprint for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Number 5, I would say, I'm gonna go old school and say In Too Deep. I don't know if you heard of them.
Oh yeah.
Because there was somebody else we looked up to, and they were opening up doors. If you heard that Back to the Hotel back in the day, I don't know if you remember that shit.
Yeah. I don't remember when it came out, but yeah, I know the song.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna have to go with, bro, because I don't know any other names. I'm gonna probably hear some bullshit.
That's a valid list. A lot of people from Texas will put SPM up there.
Yeah, but I ain't from Texas, you know what I'm saying? You know. I fuck with Texas, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Texas cool. How you feel about, you know, SPM's music, or just about him?
I don't know too much about his music or him, you know? Like I said, bro, it didn't really touch to where I'm at, you know? I mean, we heard his name, and when I go to Texas, they put him on a pedestal, you know what I mean? And I fuck with a lot of Texas cats, so I don't know his situation, to be honest with you, bro. But if that transpired to out here, obviously in California, it'd be a different get down, you know what I'm saying? That shit wouldn't fly out here no matter what.
No, facts. What about a top 5 northern rappers?
Top 5 northern rappers.
They could be today's age, too.
Okay. Let's go with Woodie, number 1. All right, when you say top 5, like legacy the creator or who's the dopest, what do you mean by that?
Just your top 5.
I'm gonna go off the people I listen to right now that I think of right now. You know what I'm saying? I'll say currently, you know, top 5. I'm gonna say, you know, we got the, you know, Woodie's the legend for sure, but we got the, you know, my homie Barons, we got the homie Rico Too Smooth, GB, Iggs, Acito. There's a whole squad of. I can't say a top 5, bro. You know what I mean? I'll be lying to myself and fooling myself. There's a whole squad of cats doing their thing right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Are there any Southern California artists who you would give it up to? You'd be like, yeah, they're doing their shit.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't really know too much on who's who out there right now. I do, and if I do see, I'll give you credit because I usually see them through your platform. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going through that, I'll see who's who. But I don't know if you're trolling some of these cats or if you're showing them love. Because sometimes I'll be like, man, some of these dudes be kind of crazy with it. You know what I mean? And I know it gets a reaction. But Southern California, as far as the Chicano rappers, I mean, I don't really know too many of the new cats, man. I just know the ones that are kind of all over on internet right now. You know what I'm saying? Who would you say who's hot right now in Southern California?
I feel like Peso's cool. Out of the new generation, I'll put Peso up there. Put like a Bravo the Bag Chaser or like a Little Maru.
Okay.
I know he was out there with Backpack Boys fucking with GB.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people doing R.I.P. Suede. He was going up. He was doing the shit.
Got you. I haven't heard too much. I think I heard Peso just on the clips you heard and stuff. They kind of remind me like cats up here though. Like
yeah, he admitted it. He gets a lot of his style from Northern California. He credits them.
When I would always picture Southern California, I'd always picture, you know, the old school, you know, the pelons with the lokes, you know what I'm saying?
The stereotypical.
Yeah. So like I do see the style kind of
evolving.
Yeah, for sure. But honestly, I'm not up to date. I'm not paying that much attention. I'm busy with what I got going on out here, brother. You know.
Yeah, and I feel it. Would you be open to working with a Southern California artist?
Like just from Southern California, like a gangbang artist?
No, gangbang artist.
I think that's not my position, brother. That's something the young homies would have to do. You know what I'm saying? Because it wouldn't even mesh right anyways. I'm an older cat, older generation. It wouldn't make sense at this point. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say I'm opposed, but I don't think it makes sense, bro. It'd be like the that collaboration for. You know what I'm saying?
What if they came out to you with a bag?
It ain't
nice
always,
bag.
It ain't always about money. I leave money on the table all the time, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel that. What about just the Southern California artists in general who ain't really on that tip?
I fuck with Southern California. I got no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? I think I just did a collab with I don't even say it 'cause I'm gonna forget the damn name. I think it was a Blood out there. But I mean, I got no, like I said, while we move around out there, it's love. You know what I mean? It's you know, you got the knuckleheads out there that they on that shit, and you got the knuckleheads out here that on that shit, and I understand it and I respect it, and I come from the game, so I respect the code. I just feel like it's not mine. It wouldn't make sense for me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in other people's minds, but in my mind, it wouldn't make sense, bro.
And you frequent LA a lot or no?
What's up?
You frequent LA?
I don't want to say frequent, but
But you go. But every time you go out there, is it mostly love that you get?
oh yeah, for sure. But I know how to move. I'm not running around in some neighborhoods I don't belong. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not out here looking for trouble and out there just popping up like, yeah, I'm out here, you know, with the whoop. You know, I'll be out there just doing my thing, business, or if I do go out to eat and pop around in little restaurants and stuff, and you know, so far so good. You know, no crazy ass shit has transpired with that. I've been recognized quite a few times out there, and it's been love. You know. But,
That's right.
it hasn't been no bullshit so far. You know.
That's right.
But I'm sure if I step into the wrong section, I'm sure that would change. You know.
They just know about how to move.
It's just what it is, you know. Yeah.
You said you made a song with a LA artist. He was a Blood, but can we see you with Raza out there? Who's not on that street shit? They just make regular music. Just
I mean, I'm bro. It ain't even really about that, bro. Like with music, I'm kind of like I'm to a point in my career, bro, where I don't really trip on the music like that. Like I'm very. That's why it takes me so long to drop a project. I compare myself to like a small. Name go think of your local taqueria in your neighborhood that's booming. A small restaurant that's just booming all the time. They ain't big, they ain't got, you know, the whole, you know, what do you call it, a bunch of chains and all that. But they just eating really well. They got a big
it's fire, it's
customer base.
consistent.
Yeah, I look at my business like that. You know, we never got to a certain level of blowing up, but we do really well with the market we have, and we eat off that. And it's been working, you know what I'm saying? I don't remember the question you asked, or if I was going off point. I don't even remember what you asked, bro.
Oh, if you'd make a song with a Southern California Latino artist.
Oh, got you. So
just a regular artist.
Yeah, it would have to be somebody like I go back to. It'd have to be somebody. If I'm sitting down with you, you're from Southern California, I'm from Northern California. Hey, you know what? You cool. You get down. I like how you get down, brother. We you know, game recognized, you know, possibly, you know, just sit down and maybe we get in the studio. You know what I mean? It'd have to be on that level type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Not just, what's up, bro? You want to get one in? Yeah, send me something. You know what I'm saying?
How does that work? Do people ever hit you for features? And if they do hit you for features, like, what's the ticket on that?
Bro,
let's just say an artist who you don't know reaches out, hey, what's good, Big Tone?
That's the thing, though. I probably won't even care about the money. Like, I don't know too much. I don't know enough about you to do a song with you, because I feel like I'm stamping you if I do a song with you.
You feel like that cosign is more important?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Now, if you come at me with like maybe, you know, a super bag, then I'll do my homework on you, you know what I mean? And if you come at me with a big enough bag like that, then I'm sure you are somebody, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you could recognize game on that shit, you know?
Has that ever happened to where you work with somebody and you found out that maybe I shouldn't have done this song with that person?
Not should have done. About to do a song with. I was gonna do a song with somebody, and then they posted it, and then I got a bunch of phones. This is way back when. Like, hey, homie, that dude, nah, bro, don't f with bro.
Why was that? Can you talk to me about that?
He was on some street shit, you know, bro. I had some situations with some, you know, politics shit, you know what I'm saying? And
he was from up here, from up north?
Yeah, he was from up north. And I just remember, like, bro, I'm gonna give you your money back. I could have just said,
oh, so he shot you bread?
Yeah, I just gave his money back. I didn't want no part of that shit. You deal what you gotta deal with, brother. Keep me out that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Are there any other bad stories, or not bad stories, but like bad things you had to encounter, and you know, in your decade plus of rapping?
What you mean?
Like anything bad that, like just something that went left in your career?
That what?
Something that just went left.
Nah. Well,
everything's just been smooth. I mean, I figure that's kind of hard to just stay smooth.
I mean, we've had like shit hit the fan with people, But as far as like went bad, nah, bro. Like I've been moving pretty smooth my whole career, man. I would say that. You know, I've had little bumps in the road where I had to iron out a few things with people. You know, shit had, some street shit spewed into the. But as far as like, I don't know, can name an example like what would go bad? I don't know.
Like just shows going bad.
I've had like some shootings at my show where individuals been killed and shit like that, and that sucks. You know what I mean? Like to see somebody that was excited to come see our show lose his life. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, Goofy's one of them that come to mind. And that was in Utah. You know, that was very sad to see that happen because I met bro and he was excited to come. You know, see the show. Took a picture with him, everything because I recognized him. Remember, he had some crazy tats, and you know he lost his life at my show, and that's fucked up to deal with type of shit. But me personally, you know, yeah, we've been pretty smooth, bro.
Does stuff like that kind of discourage you from like stop rapping?
Nah.
Or like maybe let go of the gas a little bit?
I mean, bro, there's a lot of shit like that happen, bro, with my own team. It was never like, that ain't gonna stop what we doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you stop because of some tragedy, you know what I'm saying? If anything, it makes you go harder, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
No, I feel it. What's the message you would want to give the youth who's watching you?
Man, just win in life, bro. Just win. Make the right moves, the right decisions. Not everyone's gonna see the same vision as you. Don't move just because everyone's moving the same way. You know, just win, bro. We're here way too short, man. This shit come by fast as shit. You ever see that picture, two hands together, an old ass hand and the young hand? It's a short journey. That's real, man. Like I was talking to my abuela. I got one grandma left, man, and I'm.
Oh, you still got it? That's a blessing.
Yeah, it's a blessing. And she 88 years old, and you know I'm listening to her stories, and these sometimes they're still young, like they don't realize how fast it goes, and just don't live with that regret. Like you got the chance to do it right now, like. Treat this like it's your second chance in life to make shit right and go get it right now so you're not living with regret when you're older. In a cell or you're leaving behind, you know, you're acting wild and you're leaving behind a big debt to all your family and now everybody got to sell plates to bury you and do GoFundMes and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna move reckless, man, go get some fucking life insurance, you know what I'm saying? Don't leave that shit on your family, man, you know, there's ways to move out here and my advice is just try to win in life, man, enjoy the short journey. We're from here to here, just in between, just live it up, eat, break bread with your people, enjoy your family, get money, go see the world, you know?
That's right, that's what it's about.
It's a big playground until we check out, you know what I mean? It's all a mental thing.
How old are you now?
I'm 40 years old, bro.
What's one of the biggest things you learned?
The biggest thing
Or your biggest life lesson?
Life is cheap, man, it go by like that. We could lose in the blink of an eye. $1 shot, pow, done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, by a weenie.
Yeah, by a weenie too. It's
No
how
cap.
it be. You ain't really, most of the time it happen like that, you know. But yeah, just my biggest thing I learned is too short. Enjoy it, build. You know, I wish I would have focused more on business instead of kicking it and living it up like a little rap, like trying to be like a rap star when I was young. But I don't also regret that because it makes me who I am. I enjoyed it, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the biggest lesson, bro, is just try to win in life, man. You know what I'm saying?
Being from Antioch, I don't know how small the city is, but I do know when I talk to people from smaller cities, it tends to people tend to gangbang more or get into drugs because there ain't really much to do. Yeah. Would you say it's like that in Antioch? Or not, because everything is kind of within reach?
You know, bro, maybe back in the day, but now I think it's not even so much on gangbanging. It's more just on some straight hood shit now, grimy shit, you know what I mean? I hear it's not I would take it back in early 2000s and the 1990s, you would see people outside out here banging in the hood, you know, shooting dives, kicking it. You would see that, you know, probably like it is anywhere else, you know what I mean? Now it's just, fuckers just move different, you know what I mean? There's shit to do. We're dead in the middle of Frisco, San Jose, Sacramento. There's a lot of shit to do out here, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers take drives to the city all the time. But there is a lot of drugs and bullshit going on and got that pride and ego and everybody feel disrespected these days and everybody feel like they deserve more than what they got and nobody likes to see other people win and there's a lot of hatred out here, you know? So
Speaking of hate, do you feel like you get more hate within your own raza or just from the outside, everybody on the outside? Because I do know, raza does like to hate on another raza, Mexican's worst enemy is another Mexican. Do you experience more hate from your own people as opposed to
I would
just...
say online. I would say online. I'm sure this interview we're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? You know what's a trip? I don't know if you posted this or somebody, but it was a clip of Bun B saying,
Shutting out the Mexicans, they're the number one consumer.
yeah. Did you post that or was that somebody else? Okay. And I was doing a podcast and I had Black C from RBL Posse. You familiar with RBL?
Yeah.
I had RBL on my show and he was saying the same thing when he goes, nothing but Mexicans, you know what I mean? And it's crazy how, and I don't know if it's just in our blood, like our moms and all them, when everybody with the Chiefs, man, talking about the tias and what's everyone doing. But it's crazy, bro. Like, you can post some rice on your page and they gonna get eaten up. But if you probably post like Bun B or someone, the legend, Trill OG, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It be like that, and I think we just have to accept it. You know what I'm saying? It is. You're not gonna win everybody's approval.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Why is that? Why do you feel like raza would support other artists as opposed to their own?
Say that again real quick.
Why do you think or Latinos would support, other races as opposed to their own people?
I think it's
Do you feel like...
What was that? What? Yeah, that's what. I think it's dang, fuck up the whole interview. We got to start over. Damn.
I was going away.
Go ahead and say that one time, brother, because I got a little distracted.
Now I was gonna say, do you feel like why is that raza tends to not support their own people, and they're quick to support others?
I think it's just the way we're hardwired, bro. Just as humans, not even as raza too, though.
I didn't mean to cut you off neither, but I know when I talk to a lot of black artists, they'll say the same thing, that like my race hates on me. I get more love from people outside my race, and then I talk to Latino artists, and they'll say the same thing. Now I get hate from my own people, and other races support me more. Do you feel like it's because it's a little bit of like hate, because they see themselves like, oh, like,
yeah,
it's my own doing it?
I do. Like I said, I feel like it's just the way we're hardwired as humans, bro. We're genetically built to hate and war and funk. It goes back in history.
Since the tribal days.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just the way we're programmed to hate amongst each other. And I seen something Nipsey Hussle said, like, we're programmed to see, we could drive down a neighborhood, and I don't know if you're familiar with this spill he did. We could drive past a neighborhood and we could see like an Asian dude, think nothing about him. We could see, a white dude pass right on by, but we see somebody that looks like us, a reflection of us, same outfit, just a different color or different section, and we trip on that dude. You know what I'm saying? We're looking at ourselves and tripping, but we surpassed everyone else and didn't even pay no attention to them. You know what I'm saying? So it is something like that, something we're familiar with. You're similar to me, but different, so I don't like you now. You know what I'm saying? Because you have a different belief, and that's not beyond gangbanging shit. It's religion, politics, just where you're from, type of stuff, So. I think it's just the way we're programmed, brother, as humans, and I think that's why sometimes, it takes growing and being through some shit to rewire your brain and evolve from that, to see the world different.
Oh, yeah. Well, shit, I mean, is there anything you want to leave the people with before we clock out?
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave full community a big ass tab. I'm gonna need my 50 bands for pulling that. Nah, man, just like I said, man, if I could inspire anybody, encourage anybody from either side, man, this is a short life. Let's just get some money and win and enjoy this short journey, man, and let's ball out, That's all I could say, man, is just let's just get it, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well,
anything else you got you want me to touch on?
Nah, I think we touched everything we want to touch on. It was pretty good. A lot of good game, a lot of jewels in there.
I know you want me to stir some shit up, you boy. I know you want me to throw some jabs out there. But yeah, that ain't my thing, bro. That ain't my character.
You'll dodge him anyway if I ask. I asked guys, I tried. He slid
dodging weed or guy negro.
All right, well, there you have it. Big Tone, Food Community.
Salute Food Community, man. Appreciate you showing love to us up on this way, man.
These